Good morning, everyone. Today we have a lot to do. Well, I have a lot to do because today I'm by myself and there are quite a few things that need to be done for a while. And for whatever reason, we got sick, the kids got sick, then I got sick, then my husband got sick, and all those things were starting to pile up. Your typical morning, boys fighting. The boys and the dogs are always the easiest and the fastest to get done. But it shouldn't be though, because I am not milking any of the girls. Look at the leaves. It's been super cold lately in the mornings. Crunching leaves. I don't know if you can see, but the mulch is starting to go down. Not right now you can see, but there is a little steam coming out of the center. So dramatic. And that was also, for whatever reason, he decided to start jumping, and we kind of stapled it to the outside. Well, actually we used some screws. Beautiful Osho. Oh, my love. So it's hard to be mad at him. Good morning, my man. Hello. Hi, my girlie. She hates my gloves. Although these gloves are the best thing that ever happened to me. She doesn't like them. Can I give you a kiss? Can I give you a morning kiss? I give you kisses because you're my lovable bum boy. You are my bum boy. Hi. You're my boy. Nobody can be my boy but him. Like, Mama, I'm right here. I'm your boy. You have no more food, love? I'll bring you some, okay? Such a cute boy. Clara is about 3 weeks away. She's due on February 11, but I think this is going to be fourth year. Because of that, I'm always thinking that there's a higher chance of her having multiples, and I've never had any dose kid in this colder weather. Now, granted, it is colder between 5 o'clock and maybe 9 o'clock in the morning the next day, 5 o'clock in the afternoon the previous day until 9 o'clock. It would freeze overnight, but there's nothing lower than 30. However, I feel like if I'm cold, I always feel like everyone is cold. So because of that, I am trying to be ready for the unexpected. And she's right here looking at me like, I know you're talking about me. This is what I need. Okay, so I need to go through the towels that I have and pick a few that are ready to use for kids. So that's what I did. I also wanted to show you these gloves. I don't know if you have a Dollar Tree where you live, but these are amazing. They are the tool bench Hardware. I guess that's the brand. This one right here. It comes only in one size, but they're super warm. Like I have ones that are from it says Polar here. It's like a name brand, I guess, and they're super soft. They have the same concept, so you don't get your hands wet on this side, and then you keep super warm. These are amazing. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna focus on it, but it's like super warm. So if you are in the market for some gloves to do chores in the morning that are warm, but that you can still handle water without getting them all wet, then this is definitely something good. And another thing I wanted to mention is these colors. They are from Dollar Tree too, and honestly that is the only place where I get the colors for the goats. I tried different colors, Amazon ones that I've seen in different videos, but I'm telling you, it happens always the same. They start to lose the color and fringe, and so for $1 I can replace them, you know, more often than if I decided to go with a cheaper or with the more expensive option, which are, you know, between $5 and $10 for each one of these. Now last year I shared with you guys my kitten kit. If you missed the video, I'll have it on the top of the screen or in the description box down below. But basically I had a plastic box that it worked for what I needed it, but as I used it, I realized that it wasn't the right container to keep all the tools. And what I mean by that is that it wasn't practical. I've decided to put it in a bag, and in kind of a harder bag. It's not just, you know, the fabric. This is a really old bag that I had probably for the last, I don't know, 18 years or 17 years, but it keeps its shape, and I think that'd be perfect if I can put like a hook or something somewhere safely away from the goats, and instead of hanging it from this, I'd hang it from here, and that way when I need it I just grab it from the hook and that's it, you know. And I'm gonna keep it on nearby where they're gonna be kidding, so it needs to be clean. But as you can see, it has pockets and divisions, which I think it's perfect to put the different things that I'm gonna need. How it looks on the side. So I'm gonna clean it first, and then I'm gonna start to put all my kitting stuff in here. I have medicine there, and I have other things that don't need to come here. But if you're wondering what this amazing tool is for, it's I plan well, it's hopefully for pictures after she has her babies. I am planning to try to get a few pictures with this on her, kind of a mom and or a newborn baby kind of situation. So I've been saving it for this occasion. Now their house is pretty nasty again, which gives me the perfect excuse to, instead of adding a little bit more of pine shavings, I am just gonna sweep it out and use it on another garden bed that I have here that I need to get ready. So I've been throwing a lot of stuff over here in my unofficial compost pile, but it's a lot of carbon which had stopped the weeds. As you can see, that those are some of the weeds that used to be in this garden bed. And I've never used it as a garden bed really yet, because the garden was somewhere else, if you remember. So I've been feeding it whatever I can, compost wise. And this happens like every 2 or 3 days. I'll have some things to add to the compost, and then on top I add carbon, which in this case it's gonna be grocery bags. Now, it is not summer, but if you're worried about your compost smelling, which it doesn't, but if you worry about that, you make sure you put a layer of carbon on top of your compost, and that way it kind of suppresses the smell if there's any, especially during the hot weather, and at the same time it helps with compacting but still letting a little bit of air in to compost faster. And now I'm gonna add manure on top of this. Okay, so that is what I've done, and then little by little I'll start covering the rest, and that's why I have all this carbon, because it's to cover the compost, and then we cover it with the manure. Now in here, if you remember, I did the same, but I covered it with this that I'm using for lining that hotbed. And I don't know if you can see, but it is starting to decompose, warm up really, and there's air. You do need air, but just a little bit, not too much. So there, you can see it. Listen, we gotta talk. It is time to lay eggs. I don't care that you don't care. You just have to. You. I'm looking at you. Eggs, please.